Hey folks, welcome to Planning Traffic. Today's episode's coming from Cummings, Georgia, right off of Matt Highway. I'm at the Zion Baptist Cemetery Church. Very pretty area. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, Matt Highway right out there. It's probably the church right here. Nice, peaceful, small cemetery with still a lot of space. Look at this right here. I'm not even going to, out of respect for this room right here, I'm not going to go in there. Look at this. Makes me wonder if the individual that I'm paying my respects at their grave today actually had the ceremony in this room, or indoors for that matter. I can't believe this is the church right here. Oh, that's so cool. Outdoor service. Yeah, so today I'm playing in traffic. I'm visiting the grave site of a, for me, a massive professional wrestling fan. Started watching pro wrestling probably, I think 1977. I got my first, and I've done videos of this. Folks, if you're finding me because of pro wrestling, I actually have a playlist of all my videos in the pro wrestling category, all grouped together. So if you ever want to just see the different things that I cover on my channel, and this is one of them. Now that I moved down to Georgia, I've been to the Iron Sheik's grave, and today I'm seeing probably one of the first heels that I ever seen on television, and it did not take me long to find his grave. And that individual is none other than Crusher Blackwell, Jerry Blackwell, who was actually born, I guess, about 40 minutes east in Hall County, Georgia. I'll never forget growing up, and I was just in Stone Mountain. I did a couple videos in Stone Mountain over the past, 2 to 3 weeks. And when I was doing that video, I was saying to myself, oh my God, I'm in Stone Mountain. And it's like, and I said, and now for me to go, oh my God, I'm in Stone Mountain, it was because of Jerry Blackwell, because for the longest time, I only really related to different towns based on when I was obviously a pro wrestling fan, and hearing Joe McHugh announce the wrestlers and where they were from, their weights, and from Stone Mountain, Georgia. And Joe McHugh would be like, from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 473 pounds, here he is, Crusher Blackwell. And there is his grave, right there, Jerry Blackwell, born April 26, 1949, in Hall County, Georgia. Passed at the young age of January 22nd, 1995, at the age of 45 years old. Professional wrestling extraordinaire, superstar, revolutionary performer, Jerry Blackwell. So Jerry's career started in 1974. His professional wrestling career started in 1974. This is after having so that was around 25 years of age? Let's say, yeah, 25. Started in NWA. And he quickly, people really pretty quickly figured out, for a guy his size, 5'9", 473 build weight, he was moving unlike any wrestler of his time. And not only was he unbelievably athletic, he was very, very good on the microphone too at cutting promos. So it didn't take long for promoters to realize that they were really into something special. And he right out the gate, tag team champion with well, initially Buck Robley in 1977, but it was reading about the Invader tag team title and Dick Slater, the NWA tag titles. The Invader at that time, this was 1979, was none other than Bob Orton Jr. And he really started his, started off getting a lot of attention just because, I mean, there's guys, whether they went on record as saying as such, there was guys like down the road, Big Van Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, and even now, like, I look at Bronson Reed, who is injured quite often, big boy that can really move. Bray Wyatt comes to mind too. This is like Jerry Blackwell may very well have been, the start of that potential of having guys standing drop kick at 5'9", 473. Got a ton of work in the AWA, and I think that's where he made his money. Tag team champs with Ken Patera. The names, the following list of names, it is a who's who. So when I finally got to see him, tag team title tag champs with Ken Patera, I think that was without looking at notes, 1983, was it? Nah, not even close. 1979 AWA. So at that time, Vince Sr. was running WWWF. And I think there was a whole lot easier transition between going from, WWWF, NWA, AWA, Japan. And Jerry Blackwell, sure and heck, definitely got his mileage in when it came to where he went. AWA, he had a tremendously long career there. And, but when I saw them, his WWWF run, that was from 1975 to 1978. He had Fred Blassie as his manager. And even then, that's a pretty solid run too. But I mean, they're talking about also NWA, like Central NWA work, AWA work during that window, which makes you kind of like understand how territory wrestling really worked back then. Yeah, so check this one out. Ready? April 13th, 1982, he defeated Kerry Von Erich for the NWA Missouri Championship. He then lost that to Harley Race. It's just the names, folks. Like the names, you just know where he was working, the level he was working on. He lost that back to Harley Race May 13th of that year. But by the time Hulk Hogan departed AWA for WWF with Vince McMahon, they really brought in Jerry Blackwell. They worked an angle. It may have very well happened in Japan, I'm not sure. But he ended up becoming the top babyface at AWA after Hogan left. That was like, and they're like the dates that they kind of put out there is like, again, he beat Harley Race, lost to Harley Race again, same title, NWA Missouri title, November 16th of 84, and he held that for about 9 months. Like that, 9 months is pretty good. 9 months is good. 9 months is a stretch. 9 months is not an overnight. It's just 9 months is a guy that's been in the company. And so I remember seeing Jerry Blackwell. So while he was in WWWF with Vince Sr., he was also he got multiple shots against Bob Backlund for the title. They didn't do the 1 month thing. They did multiple months with that and ran with that. I remember that at the Philadelphia Spectrum, them doing that first year Backlund won the title. I think they brought Blackwell in. He was already in, but they had him as a challenger. I think he worked in the ring professionally till 1989. That was his last AWA appearance. From 87 to 1990, he kind of worked in the Georgia indie circuit. He was a promoter at the Southern Championship Wrestling. And I think at that point in time, his life took a turn, and his abilities, his athletic abilities, were tough at that point. I mean, you're also thinking about 1989 is what? He's now 40 years old. His body's not holding up as well. He was experiencing health issues, and that was a time for him. But like at the end of the day, you know, that's a 15-year professional wrestling in-ring career, right? And for a guy his size, he had a tremendous career. And that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I was a big fan. I was a big fan of Jerry Blackwell all the way up in Philadelphia, PA. And here to pay my respects to him. One thing I did want to mention, and I think this has been a big problem with, let me get that sun out, let's see, there you go. Big problem with kind of breaking down entertainers, professional wrestlers being one of them. It could be any form of entertainment, really. And that is, you know, what they go through in their life, and professional wrestling, just non-stop travel. That's never changed. Still is the fact. Still is the main form of cashing them checks. Is you're going to be your appearances, and that beginning stages is, I can only imagine even how more intense that is than if you were fortunate enough to get a big contract with any of the big companies. So Jerry Blackwell, starting in 1974 in the profession, he already had he had other probably things that he was trying to see about prior to that. I know he worked at a poultry farm. He was a security guard. He worked at a pizza place. Like, you know, like, so he's like, look, none of this stuff is getting it done. Ooh, going to professional wrestling. And then 15-year career, and then when that physical part is over, you got to figure at that point, like, if he was able to even hold money, like put some money away for his future. He was very ill. His body, you know, with diabetes, with gout. He had a series of I hate when I get in and like the observation I'm trying to make here is, like, he had a lot of traumatic stuff that happened to him, including losing his son. And everybody knows you do not want to bury your children. You know, that's something mentally, that's a tough mountain to climb. I watched my parents go through that. That being said, to know that was a part of it is just it's a reality check, and probably one of the additional reasons why I came here to pay respects, because, like, thanks Jerry Blackwell for all the entertainment, and also at the same time, you know, just father to father. You know, my heart goes out to him, having had to deal with that situation with his son, the impact it had on a marriage. And that's a reflection that I make today, sitting in the cemetery right now, is that too, and respecting that about him. And that's tough. That's a tough road. And I think the lead up to that was knocking yourself around the ring for forever and ever for our entertainment, and then that was how the outcome was going to be in his life, the ending. But just want to remember him as a unbelievable performer in a day where the heels reigned. I'm not saying they don't now. It's a blur. It's such a blurred existence as a heel. It's hard. People love heels. Back then, they dressed the heel in black, sent him out there, and his whole thing was to get people to not like him. Jerry Blackwell was very good at it. And the 70s heels, to me, Stan Hansen, Jerry Blackwell, oh my God, man, the list goes on. Stan Stasiak, the list goes on and on and on and on. Nikolai Volkov. These are guys that from the 70s. This is Iron Sheik, right? So yeah, that's why I'm here today. And again, pay respects to the one and only, the legend himself, Jerry Crusher Blackwell. All right, folks, thanks for watching. It's, again, paying my respects to the gravesite of Crusher Blackwell here in Cummings, Georgia. You know, his parents passed when he was 6 years old. He was raised by his grandfather. And then 45 years of age is just crazy, man. It's just, I had a friend that passed at a young age like that. I've unfortunately known even younger, but that part is just, it's tough. It's tough to get around, just to make sense of it all. But he had, from 1986 on, he definitely had serious health problems. He had a car accident that he was involved in, and in 1986 he spent 9 days in intensive care with a bruise. I think it was a bruised kidney, and I think that really was the undoing. His in-ring ended a few years after that. He stayed in the business, working promotion, and then a series of other issues came along, and that was it. 45 years of age, Jerry Blackwell. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna, even though I do go into dark places at times, I'm going to just remember and probably watch some videos. The standing drop kick, 5'9", 473. So yeah. Oh my God, it was like, wait a minute, what was that? And I think I was, what, 12, 13 years of age when he did that. And I went, oh, okay. Wow. All right, folks, have a great day, pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you next episode.